Hello and welcome to Tuesday. Now, it is cold outside. Right now it is below freezing, and I think it's one of the colder days of the year. It feels like it's 19, so it's not terrible, but this is, I think, looking at the forecast, this is the today and tomorrow will be some of the coldest days this week, and well, Phil did see his shadow, meaning 6 more weeks of winter. Uh, we'll have to deal with that as it comes. But hopefully it'll warm up soon. We're about halfway through, not even halfway, we're most of the way through. No, we're about halfway through winter. Um, so, uh, I I've had my window open for the bulk of the day. I usually keep my windows open despite it being winter and it being kind of cool air. One, for circulation because this room gets stuffy, and two, because this room gets extremely hot. Um, this is the worst insulated room in the house, so in summer it gets unbearably hot because I have big windows, and I like seeing the sunlight. Um, and the sun rises in that direction, heat will just beam down and come into this room. When we did replace the windows, I think it did help to a degree, but the excessive amount of heat coming into the room, it sucks. So have to deal with that. Again, it's the top floor of the house, so poor insulation. It's the farthest room from the boiler, which sucks, and that just means um, heat to this room is not great in winter, and it is horrid in summer. But on the contrary, it is at sometimes the coldest room in the house because this is the room closest to the intake vent for the air conditioning is right here, and I have this huge vent right across this room. Well, not huge, but a decent sized vent that just once the AC kicks on, I'm immediately feeling that air. So it's the coldest room in the house there, but then, per winter, well, not per summer, if I have, if the AC is running and it's not too hot of a day, but then there's also, hey, during summer, well, no, that's during summer, during winter, because of the lack of insulation, it can be extremely cold sometimes. So it's a weird mix and match, right? You have the location of the room not helping because sometimes you'll just come up the stairs and the main floor is pretty well cooled, but then you're just blasted with this wave of heat because heat rises. This is the highest point in the house, so everything just kind of floods up to outside there. So then that's why I need to have my windows open. But then there's also, I have three computers that are on most of the time of the day, which produce heat. A bunch of monitors that are on that, while not really that significant, they do produce some amount of heat. So a bunch of stuff that's just producing heat in this room, myself included. So it's hard. It's a hard balancing act, and we strike that act pretty well. Normally this room is on the cooler side, but it is very cold right now. Um, I just didn't really realize it because I typically sit at my desk with the blanket wrapped around me, so it's not terrible, but sometimes you'll just be blasted with a gust of frigid air that, just makes you shiver. I think I might still have goosebumps, or guess I don't. Um, but yeah, controlling the temperature in this room is one of the toughest things to actually get right. I wish I had a thermometer or something to. Actually, I think I do have something that keeps track of the heat. It's a alarm clock that has a temperature sensor in it, but I think a proper kind of ambient room temperature thermometer would be ideal. Maybe I could keep that somewhere, and might be worth getting one just to see. and keep track of, oh yeah, it's extremely hot, it's extremely cold, like what's going on in here. So we'll have to figure that out, but who can deal with that now? But yeah, the temperature in this room is unmanageable, and I I do my best to take care and take control of it, but it's not great, and well, we gotta deal with it as it comes to us, and I think I've done a pretty good job, but today it's just been cold. Okay, I think that's where I'm gonna call it here for today. I will probably close my windows for the night, and if it warms up any bit, then maybe I'll open them back up again. But yeah, it's gonna be shut for now. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.